Hey guys, I'm back here again at Replay Guitar Exchange with my good friend Cliffhanger. What's up, dude?
Hey Jason, how you doing, man? It's nice to see you.
I'm good, brother. So, dude, we've got two weird looking guitars sitting in our laps today.
The Acoustasonic series, man, they're great.
So, guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get right into playing these things. We're just gonna cut to the chase. I'm gonna let you hear what these sound like. Now, you will hear 5 sounds from that guitar right there. Okay, you're only gonna hear 3 from this one. We'll tell you why when Cliff and I go over the specs and the differences between these two. There's some vast differences here. We'll talk about that, but let's hear what these things sound like first. Cliff, dude, that was a lot of fun playing both guitars, man.
Absolutely, man. They're really cool sounding. They kind of have their own, sonic thumbprint, if you will.
They do, yeah. It sounds much different than any acoustic or electric, for that matter. I mean, I know they're acoustic, but you get some different, a wide array of sounds. So the main differences I want to share with you guys. So for one, I'll cover this difference here. One was an American made, the other was made in Mexico. So this one here is the American.
That's correct. Yep. So these are, pretty ideal for the guy who's doing the solo acoustic gig or even like an acoustic duo. They're awesome for that because you have that full range kind of acoustic sound, but as you go through the selector here, you can get some kind of cool twang that really kind of shines. It's really good for lead. Maybe you're looping your acoustic chords and you want to do some lead. Now this one here, it's got a 5-way switch, which is really cool. The pickups are almost always on. You get an easy access neck here, and one of the other main differences is the fact that this is ebony. The fingerboard is ebony as well as the bridge here. Last thing is this is charging. You charge it here in the output jack, whereas the main differences on the Mexican line are the fact that this is a 3-way switch instead of a 5-way. This is going to be rosewood on the bridge and the fingerboard. The finishes is also obviously a little bit different. This one looks like mustard, so we love it. And then on the back here, you do have a battery for a 9-volt slot for a battery. So instead of charging it, it's a battery. And it does last forever, so you'll be able to get through plenty of gigs that way.
Yeah. Now, guys, Cliff and I will be right back. I'm going to play these again because I want to share what my favorite sounds, and I'll make this kind of brief, but I want to just share real quick what my favorite sounds from both of these are. And then Cliff and I will come back because I want to tell you which one I like the best and why.
Yeah, man, I'm excited to hear it.
Let's pick up the American version first, the Acoustasonic American version of the Telecaster, Acoustasonic Telecaster here. So my favorite tones out of this one, I like the first pickup here, the first position of the pickup. This gives you a really just nice, straightforward acoustic tone here. Really, really nice. I also like, and I'd probably flop back and forth between these two if I were playing this on stage, I also like the second position here. This gives you a little bit more low end, kind of takes the highs out of it. So those are my favorite two for probably playing just rhythms. Now, if I were, let's say I were looping, I do a lot of looping when I'm playing live acoustic shows, I would probably loop like what I just played there, and I wanted to play some lead along with that loop. So what I would probably do, it'd be kind of a battle between the 4th and 5th pickup position. The third one I really wasn't too much of a fan of, and again, it's just personal preference here, but I'd probably use the 4th position down here for the leads. Now, the Mexican version, as we went over the differences already with these guitars here, you've got fewer options. You've got the 3-way switch instead of the 5-way switch that you have on the American version here. So I really like that first position here, though, for the rhythm. So let's just hear that real quick. Really nice, just classic acoustic sound there. Really like that a lot. But let's go over that middle position, because I actually like this a little for some rhythms, and I'd probably play the middle position if I were doing some a little bit more choppy rhythms. Sometimes I'll play some, like, I don't know, Bryan Adams or Don Henley, or sometimes I'll do like a hairband version of acoustic version of a hairband song where it's a little bit more choppy. So. That was Your Love by The Outfield, by the way. Hopefully I don't get flagged for that. I play that song in a different key on stage because I can't sing near as high as that dude can. But anyway, so I would probably play that middle pickup position for songs like that. Now, it does sound pretty good for the open chords, for the strumming. For leads, so if we go back to what would I guess be your natural lead position, I should say that. I mean, again, it's a personal preference as to what you like, but I like these hotter positions, for the leads, especially if you're looping or if you're playing this with a band and you want that little bit of boost. That last position on both versions of this guitar is going to get you there. So again, you might be able to hear the little bit of buzz when I switch to that far position there. So here's the lead to that. So there you get a little bit more of almost like an electric guitar sound, really like a Telecaster sound there. But I also like that middle position for leads as well. Before I forget, everything you heard today was coming out of this cool little Fishman, what is this called? The Loud Box Mini. Dude, it's kind of a tough decision, like which one I like best. But the funny thing is, for electric guitars, I usually prefer the ebony fretboard over the rosewood. But both of these play just really easy, man. I mean, of course, I'm one of those solo gig guys. You guys know I do this on the side. It's kind of like my part-time job. I'm playing acoustic gigs on the weekends and stuff at breweries and wineries and such. But, I've been looking at one of these guitars, and again, normally I prefer the ebony fretboard. I've got guitars with, rosewood as well, but they both have their difference in playability, if that makes sense. But I like them both, and I can't really describe that any better than what I'm trying to do now, but they both play really effortlessly. The thing is, I kind of like the sounds that I get from the Mexican version over the American version. I know it sounds weird because...
No, that's cool, man. I hear you. As a salesman here at Replay Guitar Exchange, the American line, it's a great guitar. Yeah. Absolutely awesome guitar. We sell a lot of them. They're $2,000, which I get it. That's a lot of money. So to combat that, Fender came out with the Mexican line at $1,200, which is a lot more affordable for a lot of people, and you still get the whole gist of it with very small differences. So it really opened the door for a lot of people too, and that is a big selling point for these because they are so cool, and everybody has wanted them. They're really neat. We do sell a lot of them, but that is a huge point there too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, now that you bring that up, like if I were going to buy one today, I may actually get one soon. I'm like really leaning towards these. But if I were to buy one, it would definitely, now that you bring up the price, it would definitely be, the Mexican version here. Just because it's kind of like, I know a few months ago I came in and we did a comparison between I think it was the 59 reissue of an Epiphone versus the Gibson Les Paul. Mm-hmm. And, that was far more substantial price difference between those guitars.
Oh, yes.
But the Epiphone played just as good. And even if it didn't quite play as good, which it did, but even if there was a slight variance, it didn't outweigh the price difference, if that makes sense. So,
Is it enough to justify?
Right.
And that's for you to decide. I mean, you got to look at it as a collector. If you are, it's an investment piece, right? Yeah. So you have to have that in the back of your mind. But yeah, man, I mean, the stuff coming out nowadays is so good, like all around, across the whole board. So
these are cool guitars. I remember coming in a few weeks ago. I was dropping off my Schroeder guitar here to get work on. I saw one. I'm like, I'm gonna check that out next time I'm in here, and I'm really glad I did. That was a really cool experience here, man. So I dig them both. If I had the dough, I'd buy both right now. But
let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen, right? But no, if I had the choice, now I know some people will only buy American guitars. They just have that thing. Yeah,
that's me. I only buy American guitars.
Yeah, you only buy American guitars,
but I love the Mexican line. Yeah. I mean, it's a fantastic instrument for sure.
It is, yeah. So I would totally get this, and again, I'm strongly considering it, dude, because this is so much easier to play. If you guys do any live solo gigs, and my longtime subscribers, thank you, by the way. Lately in my videos, I've actually been encouraging you. I've been sharing more of that footage with you, but I've been encouraging you to get out of your bedroom and get out there and play, man. Get out there and play. Some of you play in front of people already, but if you don't, even if you do this as a hobby, play in front of people, man. It's so rewarding. And Cliff, your band Quasi Mojo, you guys play around Tampa. I'll leave a link for Quasi Mojo, Cliff's band. You're talking about unadulterated, just pure rock and roll. That's what you guys are.
Yeah, man. I believe if you're gonna do it live on stage. It'll really it'll really help you build character.
It changes everything. But speaking of that, though, this is much easier to play those 3 and 4 hour sets that I do with that big, bulky. I love my Takamine acoustic. Don't get me wrong. I'll never get rid of it. But I'd probably switch back and forth and probably end up playing this one most of the time, man. It's just so easy to play, and it sounds great, man.
Yeah, man. I'm seeing a lot of people come through and get them for that reason.
Yeah.
So.
But, dude, thank you for having me. As always, man, I had a good time playing these guitars. So
you're very welcome, my friend. It's always nice to see you.
Yeah, you too. And, guys, huge shout out to Replay Guitar Exchange here in Tampa, Florida. They do take online orders, by the way. I'll have a link to them as well. And I'll link to your band, man. I really want people to hear you guys, because you guys have an authentic sound. It doesn't sound like everything else that you hear out there. So
thank you so much.
We'll come back and do another video on that. I'll share
awesome.
Yeah. And but anyway, guys, check Replay Guitar Exchange out. I've got a link. I don't get paid for this. It's just cool people helping cool people. They let me come in here and film for you guys, so you can have this cool content like you just watched. And of course, I want to help them out as well. So. Keep small independent businesses going strong, and musicians too. So.
That's right, man.
Well, guys, thank you for watching. We appreciate you. And until next time, you know what to do. Keep it metal.
Bye-bye.
I guess we didn't play metal today, though.
No, but acoustic metal.
Acoustic metal, yeah. Keep it acoustic metal.